I've already prepped my face with Yulay pre-shave oil. And once again, my razor is going to be kind of a go-to razor for me. My 3-piece, mostly Bakelite Clix razor with a metal cap. In there, on its third use, I have a Daxton blade from Dollar Tree stores. And my soap today is going to be this A&E Ariana and Evans Which One's Pink soap, a tribute to the group, the rock group Pink Floyd. And my brush is going to be this Yaqi brush, which I've already lathered up. Well, the brush is a little bit wet, but let me put a couple of drops of water on it. Oops, not that much. And let me try to get a lather started on my face. I hope you're all doing well out there. So here we go. Second time using this soap, first time using it on camera. Yaqi synthetic brush this is, with a tuxedo knot and a pretty red resin handle. Makes a pretty nice lather, this soap does. And I'll set this aside, wipe my hands off. Now I'll wet the razor. And we'll get started for the first pass, which will be with the grain. So here we go. Yeah, this soap, as you might have noticed on the package, on the tub there, it has a picture of it's a balloon pig, a blow-up pig. This one has a little gondola and a guy in it that's flying a kite or something. But yeah, tribute to Pink Floyd, and the cover artwork is based somewhat on the album cover for the Pink Floyd album Animals, which was sort of a tribute to George Orwell's book Animal Farm, and sort of loosely based on that. So far, so good here on the shave. A&E makes good products, good soaps. I only have a couple of their soaps, but going by what I've seen and experienced so far, I suppose you can't lose buying one of their soaps. About a day's worth of growth here. And I had such a good shave yesterday that it's not a lot of growth. Let me rinse the razor. Yeah, on the original album cover for Pink Floyd's album Animals, there was a blow-up pig that was it was tethered to the ground or something, or tethered to the roof of the Battersea Power Station, a big old power station off of the ocean, I think, or off of some body of water over in the UK, in England, I think. And there was really a blow-up pig. It wasn't, they didn't have Photoshop back then, but it wasn't some trick photography or whatever. And that big blow-up pig, inflatable pig, I mean, actually broke its tethers and got away and flew over London or something, or Southampton or whatever, wherever it is. I don't know where it's at precisely. Because it's called the Battersea Power Station, I always assume it's by the sea, but that's not necessarily true. If it's in London, I'm pretty sure London's not on the ocean. And I think I had heard that that pig, the inflatable pig, got away and flew over London or something. Okay, time to rinse the razor again. And then the name of this soap, Which One's Pink, is based on a line in the song Have a Cigar, which is on Pink Floyd's album Wish You Were Here, in which the gentleman says, "The band is just fantastic, that is really what I think. Oh, by the way, which one's pink?" Because Pink was not the name of anyone in the band. It was Pink Floyd was just the name of the band, you see, not the name of anyone in the band. And the name of the group itself was named after, I want to say, Pink Anderson and Floyd somebody that were both jazz musicians, if I remember correctly, jazz and or blues musicians. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's forgotten more about Pink Floyd than I'll ever know, but I'm just telling you what I know. Alright, well, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to pop out, pop right back in. I'll be back, and then I'll go across the grain. Okay, I'm lathered up again for a second pass across the grain. Here we go. I think because my upper lip itches, I'm going to go ahead and start there. Ah, it feels better. I wish spring would come. We here we're having a couple of days here and there of warmer weather, followed by what seems like several days of cold weather, back into the deep freeze. Okay. We got some other music playing out in the living room. Not Pink Floyd, but just some other music. I think it might be A&E that also makes a soap that's a tribute to Led Zeppelin and has a label on it that looks like the label for the record, the record label for that group, Swan Song, which I think had a guy with wings or something. I'm not sure. It's been a while. All kinds of interesting soaps out there. And I'm trying to remember if this soap, I just looked at it a minute or two ago, and well, that's what it looks like. It's not exactly pink like I thought it would be, but it has a scent that seems worthy of a pink soap, or one with the word pink in its name. Got a lot of nice ingredients in it, but I couldn't quite tell you exactly what the scent is, except that it's a pleasant one. With a scent strength about right in the middle, about 2.5 out of 5 as far as scent strength. Excuse me. 2.5 or 2.5 out of 5 or 5 out of 10 or however you want to put that. I never was very good at math, but it's a good soap. And it seems to perform pretty well. The other A&E soap I have is the was Asian Plum, I believe, and it never seems to let me down either. Especially when I'm using a razor and blade with which I'm familiar. Okay, well, I'm going to pop out, pop back in, freshly leathered, I hope, for pass number 3 against the grain. Okay, it's time to do pass number 3 against the grain here. I'll start on the neck this time. The shave feels very nice. Just enjoying the shave right now, not being very conversational. But I suppose there's a million other things I could say about shaving and Pink Floyd. Although, until recently, I didn't know those two things could go together. Well, unless you were listening to Pink Floyd while shaving or something like that. Excuse me. Okay. Go to the face now. This razor is mild to medium aggression, and I think it errs on the side of being mild. So I can sort of punish my face with it, and with most blades that I put in it, by pressing too hard, and at least I won't get cuts or weepers usually. But if I don't back off a little bit, I can get a red face, and then my face, well, my face gets red very easily. Excuse me. These Daxton blades, I've been using them 4 times and then tossing them in the trash. And I've been flipping them after the second use, which maybe is neither here nor there, but sometimes I flip blades, sometimes I don't. So if you do the very complicated math, haha, I'm getting two shaves for each side of one of these blades. 2 comfortable shaves, I think. Provided I don't go too crazy and press too hard. And even though this is a mild razor, pressing as hard as I was, I don't think is necessary. Not for someone that's kind of a baby face like me. Okay, well, I'll come back, I'll relather just in this area, and then we'll do pickups. Okay, what time is it? It's pickup time, everybody. Yeehaw! Wheels on the clock go round and round, and it's pickup time. Time to do pickups or touch-ups. Here we go. I kind of itch a couple of places there. I don't think it's the soap making me itch. I think it's my nerves crawling. Yeah, I don't think the scent notes are printed on this soap, just the ingredients. And there's a lot of different ingredients, including pig fat. Well, that makes sense. There's a pig on it. So, it's not a vegan soap, evidently. I wonder, did they have some pig fat lying around and they're like, what do we do with this? And somebody's like, I've got an idea. You know, I've never read George Orwell's book, Animal Farm. I read his book 1984, but I never read Animal Farm. I know that in the story, which is articulated through songs on the Pink Floyd album Animals, pigs are one of the levels of society. Pigs, dogs, and sheep. Excuse me. So, I'm going to try to get a couple of trouble spots better here, if I can. And then I think I'm going to call it a day as far as the shaving goes, the shaving itself. You know, this isn't too bad. I can always find something, especially maybe with this mild razor, but wow, that is feeling really good, and I'm not going to try to gild the lily oil too much. And I'm not going to try to gild the lily. Nice shave, if not BBS, then DFS, a darn fine shave. Okay, well, I'm going to rinse my face, rinse the razor and the brush, and I'll come back with our good friend Mr. Towel. Well, I washed my face last so that I might introduce our good friend Mr. Towel here. Oh. Of course, if he's our good friend, he needs no introduction. Oh, man. Yes, sir, this shave is feeling quite nice so far. The shaving part itself being over with. Boy, that feels nice. Little feedback on the neck here, but not too bad. That's a nice shave. Well, let me put Mr. Towel back where he goes, and I will begin doing a recap, and then I'll put the finishing touches on this here shave. Well, I started off camera. I prepped my face with the Yulay pre-shave oil, which I recommend. It works well for me, and hopefully it will work well for you. It's very inexpensive for how good it is. Now, my razor was this 3-piece, mostly Bakelite Clix razor with a metal cap. And in there I had, on its third use, a Daxton blade from China, and also available here in the United States at Dollar Tree stores. $1 plus tax for a pack of those. Okay, let's see here. And I don't know how many comes in there, it doesn't say. Probably only 5, but still, good blades. My soap has been this A&E, Which One's Pink? Tribute to Pink Floyd there. Which One's Pink? And my brush that I lathered on was this Tuxedo Knot synthetic, very nice Yaqi brush. Yaqi Professional, it says. And I don't know, I don't know if that's 24 millimeters or 26 or what it is. Probably 24, I'm guessing. But it doesn't say on the bottom, but it's a very nice brush. That was my first Yaqi brush. Let's see, I must be forgetting something, but I'm not sure what it would be. Nothing that I can think of. So I'll go ahead and it'll come to me if there's something I forgot. But I'm going to go ahead and apply the Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. There's no alcohol in this, making it a toner rather than an astringent. And here we go, put a little bit of that in the hands. I'll just go ahead and apply that. A very mild lavender scent, which does not clash with the soap there. And even if it did clash with it, the scent on this witch hazel is very, very light. It's just a hint, really, of lavender, which will probably get overtaken by any other scents here. Okay, my aftershave is going to be this Myrsol Plastic shave, it's called, and it is pink. So I think, yeah. So I'll unscrew the cap on that, put a little in the hand here, and I'll get that going. A little bit on the wrists, behind the ears, real good, on the temples, back of the neck. I'm feeling some burn on that, as I did last time I used this. So there is some alcohol in there. And I think it even said it has menthol in it. So a burning and a cooling sensation. Burning sensation followed by a cooling sensation. And I also find it hard to describe this scent, but it seems to almost go with the soap. At least it doesn't clash with it. And I don't have the aftershave that comes with that soap, if there is one, so you might want to try that if you also have the soap and not the aftershave. But if you already have the Myrsol Plastic shave. Finally, I'm going to finish with the Dove Men Plus Care, the Hydrate post-shave balm there. And there's some other Men Plus Care shaving products I want to look into. There's a pre-shave oil, which I wonder if I can get it here, because I saw the great one, Paul H, use that in a recent video of his. And I think I've seen some other wet shavers use that. But I don't know if they're wet shavers from the United States, any of them. So this is a lightly scented but sweet, kind of a sweet scented balm, and I find that it complements, and this is the Hydrate variety of the Men Plus Care, they call it post-shave balm. Yeah, it seems to go with your sweeter soaps and creams, in my opinion. Complements them and doesn't clash with them. I haven't tried the other varieties of their post-shave balms, so I couldn't tell you about those, but let me show that to you again. The one I'm talking about here and using now is the Hydrate, if you can see that. Okay, that's it. I gotta get out of here. Kind of running over We're going to cut some things up. Talk to you later. See you back here next week, I hope. Thank you. Peace.